Okay, so in this video, what we're going to do is I'm going to walk you through the lead list tool, which is processed into the CRM contacts. And then we're going to link your CRM contacts to the email automation campaign that you have created. So the first thing that we're going to start off with is if you have downloaded a list to your lead list already via the Motivated Seller lead list tool, then you will find that list in your all lists. So we're going to go ahead and click into that. And if you have completed a list and it has been processed into the CRM, you will see a link here in the lead list tool. So let's take a look at that, that particular list that has been completed. This is going to automatically open up into the CRM contacts. Now, one thing that I wanted to mention as a heads up is that after you have finished downloading your leads or after they finish processing into your CRM, they're going to have a tag applied to them. That is the name of the list in the lead list tool. And that generally is going to be the date and the time that you created the list. You can make a more descriptive name in the lead list tool. That's for a different tutorial on that tool. But for this one, I just wanted to give you the heads up that it will be filtered by tag. And in order to remove that tag, you just unclick that. If you want to see all of the leads that are in your CRM, then you would go ahead and untag that, unselect that tag. But, and because of the fact that I don't want to send an automated campaign to any of these leads, I just wanted to show you how you can actually go ahead and filter that, because that's exactly what you're going to do after you have connected or created your email automation campaign. You will be linking these leads to that campaign. So I'm going to leave that filter in place. And the next thing that we need to do is just go ahead and go to the campaigns button here on the left-hand side. You can also access this from the dashboard. So when your default view when you first get an REI Kit dashboard is that there are no campaigns available. You have to create the campaigns because they're very specific to your business, to your strategy, and to what you want to accomplish with your campaigns. So what we do have, though, is we have 4 different campaigns that we have created within the REI Kit platform. For example, the one that we'll be creating today for the Motivated Seller leads that were processed into your CRM is a 15-day cold email campaign. So this is a campaign that is used as a drip sequence with people that have never heard of you and have no idea who you are or who your business is, but you would like to reach out to them and ask them about selling you their house. So I'm going to go ahead and give that the same name, 15-day cold email campaign, just so that I can differentiate them from some of these other email campaigns. So we're going to go ahead and create that campaign. Okay, so we are brought to the campaign settings screen. And what you need to do now is there are a couple of things that we do here. The first one is that we go ahead and make sure that we enter a send time that is appropriate for our area. For example, this would be 8:30 a.m. Let's say Pacific time. That would be 11:30 a.m. Eastern. So that makes sense for this time zone. We're going to leave it as send immediately and stop on reply. When somebody replies to you, it will stop the campaign so that you can move forward with that conversation with the motivated seller. So let's go ahead and update the settings for this with the send time. And we are not going to activate this yet. See how it says not active? The first thing that we need to do is go ahead and check out that, click on the edit sequence button so that you can check all of these campaigns here. So these are all of the emails that are within this campaign. And there are 5 emails. You're going to go ahead and edit each of those depending on what you want to do. It's always important to check your emails and make sure that they reflect everything you want them to say about you and your business and kind of tweak it a little bit. So the first thing to mention is that this does use what we call content variables. For example, if your contact in the CRM has a first name, then it would say Mary, And the default, if there's no first name for that contact, for example, maybe they didn't put their first name in the email, in the website, for example, then it would be my friend. So the second types of variables that we use are, for example, right here. This will take your company profile contact phone from your account settings, as well as your company name. So if you want these to stay this way, then you leave everything, including the brackets. However, if you want to change anything, for example, if you have more than one website and you want to have two different locations or two different phones, then you would go ahead and just make that static and just replace that with text, the entire thing, including the brackets. So that brings me to one thing that I had forgotten to mention, which was your account settings must be completely filled out before you can actually activate an email campaign, because for can spam purposes, you have to have your entire address on there so people can opt out. So you have the ability to send a text message. In this case, what we're going to do is go ahead and go back to the sequence, because we're fine with this. We haven't changed anything. And so right here, we've taken a chance to look at each of these emails. We like the way everything looks. We are going to click on the campaigns button again. As you can see, the campaign setting, campaign sequence are right there in the left-hand navigation bar. We're going to go ahead and click on campaigns again. And we're going to activate this campaign. So that being, we just click on the blue button, we update the settings, and as you can see, the campaign was successfully updated, and you now have an active campaign. So what you're going to do now is you want to add this campaign to the leads that you have in your CRM that you maybe just got from the leads tool or that you uploaded into your CRM. So we're going to go back to the CRM contacts in the left-hand navigation bar. And again, as I mentioned, those leads will have a tag on them, which you can remove. So since this is our demo account, I'm not going to actually put any of these real leads on a drip campaign. However, I can show you how to do this. So what you want to do is you're either going to filter by that list, select all. You can also deselect, select just some. You can unselect all of them. So what I'm going to do is select all 4, and then you're going to click the Add to Campaign button. And then you're going to select the campaign that you just created, the 15-day cold email campaign, and you're going to add those leads to that campaign. So I would like to show you what this actually looks like. So I'm going to backtrack a little bit. I'm going to take off my tag filter here so that I can see all of my leads back in the CRM. And I'm going to choose Lisa here. So for Lisa, I'm going to go ahead and place a bulk action to add to a campaign. I'm going to add Lisa to this 15-day cold email campaign, and don't forget to click the Add to Campaign button. So as you can see, Lisa has been added to the 15-day cold email campaign. That's the tag. That's the campaign tag that was given to this specific lead. And what I'm going to show you now is how to, if Lisa suddenly says that she needs you to stop mailing her, then the way that you can remove Lisa from a campaign is by simply either clicking into the lead, which will bring up their lead profile. And so once you are within a specific lead, you can see that the navigation bar on the left will expand. And so you will be able to see that there's a campaign subscriptions button for that specific lead. So when you click into that lead, to the campaign subscriptions button for the lead, you're going to see all of the campaigns that they have been subscribed to. So in this particular case, Lisa had been previously subscribed to this campaign. She was removed from that campaign. Now she is added to the 15-day cold email campaign. You can see at that time all of the emails that we saw when we were creating our email campaign are being showcased here. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and remove Lisa from this campaign by clicking on the Remove from Campaign button and go ahead and validate that. Now, if you wanted to add Lisa back onto a campaign, or if you wanted to add any lead back into a campaign, then, for example, say I go to my CRM contacts and I decide that John Smith, let's go ahead and add John Smith, just one off. So instead of using the bulk selection tool here to add or remove from a campaign, I'm just going to go ahead and click into John Smith, click into that campaign subscriptions icon on the left-hand nav bar, and then go ahead and subscribe John to the email campaign that we just finished creating. So that shows you how you had your lead list that was filtered into the CRM contacts, how you created an automation campaign for the 15-day cold email campaign that you'll be using with your new leads, and how to add your CRM contacts that you just finished downloading to the automation campaign.